high-powered trucks and jeeps and the walls of Moscow Kremlin. What an amazing and unexpected combination. A huge crowd of people, admiring looks, many photo cameras, video cameras and cell phones. Everybody wanted this site to remain in their memories for life. Everything that was going on there looked like a dream that had suddenly come true. The ceremonial start of the Silkway Rally Dakar Series 2011 took place in the Red Square, the very heart of Russia. The Moscow City Sport Departments and the director of the show, Natalia Galkina, managed to create a real masterpiece on the square, a performance entirely devoted to the world of races. The people's artist of Russia, Mikhail Turetsky, postponed the date of his group holidays, and right near the Kremlin walls, the Turetsky choir played the anthem of the Kamaz Master Team, which was composed by Alexandra Pakhmutova and Nikolai Dobronravov. The heartfelt performance of the charismatic artist Gosha Kutsenko, the songs full of drive and in tune with the spirit of the race performed by Diana Arbenina. The organizers really wanted to make it an unforgettable event, and in the end it exceeded all their expectations. The large scale of the event also attracted the attention of the Russian government representatives. Alexander Zhukov, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Russian Federation, the Chairman of the Sochi 2014 Organizing Committee, the Chairman of the Silkway Rally Organizing Committee, and Vitaly Mutko, the Minister of Sport, Tourism and Youth of the Russian Federation, also came to wish good luck to the rally participants. I would like to wish good luck to the racers, organizers and the guests. Well, you guys watching TV, I wish you enjoy the show. The Silkway Rally is a great project. World Football Cup, Olympic Games and the Silkway are the events which are definitely promoting our country in the world, showing its cultural diversity and huge opportunities. Congratulations on this amazing show. And the racers, may they all have a great success. And finally, there is a podium. A fascinating chime of bells announces the beginning of the new race. The best world drivers, the cream of the Rally Big League, are behind the Spasskaya Tower of the Moscow Kremlin. It was our dream to see at the race the 9-time winner of the Dakar, Stefan Petrensel, and then it happened. Petrensel opened the star-studded entry list of the rally participants. Krzysztof Holovchik and Christian Lavier, Matthias Kale and Boris Gadasin, Alexander Mironenko and Alexander Zholodov, Alexei Berkut, Bogdan Novitsky and Vadim Nesterchuk. All cross-country rally fans know those names very well. The first truck of the Kamaz Master Team appeared near the podium, and the crowd of spectators of the Red Square broke into the loud cheers and welcoming applause. The team consisted of the following drivers: the winner of the Silkway Rally 2010 Eduard Nikolaev, the experienced driver Firdaus Kabirov, the promising driver Andrei Karginov, and the veteran of the team Ilgizar Mardeyev and Ayrat Mardeyev, who took up the torch from his father, legendary navigators Sergei Savostin and Aidar Belyaev. In total, there were 6 crews in the Kamaz Armada. It is exactly the truck category where the hottest rally rivalry will take place. The cream of the Dakar is here: Kamaz Master, Tatra, Man, Zhenaf and Deroy. The sensation of the race is the winner of the Dakar 2007's Hans Stacy, who has decided to come back to racing. The Silkway Rally brought together an outstanding number of participants this year: 130 crews enrolled in the race, 95 car crews and 35 truck crews, representing 28 countries from all over the world. And it is twice as large as it was last year. According to the number of applications, even the World Championships were left behind by the race. The Silkway Rally has become very popular among the leading world sportsmen. The introduction ceremony of the rally participants lasted until midnight. Even the heavy rain which suddenly started on the Red Square couldn't spoil the mood of these motorsport fans. The racing cars, the world-renowned racers, the spectators' excitement, many other supporters from different corners of the country could see the same fantastic pictures and share their emotions. This was all thanks to Russia 2 channel, which broadcasted the ceremony online. The cars, sparkling with their lights, escaped into the darkness of Moscow City. The next day would see the start of the fabulous adventure, the cross-country rally Silkway. We will follow them a bit later. Now let's go back a few days. Luzhniki, the legendary stadium, the epicenter of 1980s Summer Olympics. This place has been turned into a huge car park. The atmosphere is calm and businesslike. The last preparations before the race are underway. The hall being used for administrative checks is noisy. Smiles can be seen on the competitors' faces. Everybody's shaking each other's hands. This atmosphere will disappear during the race, when all these people will become excitable and bitter rivals. But today everybody is happy to meet each other. The foreign speech can be heard from all corners. Our guests came to the race with a desire to discover Russia, as they had heard a lot about this country. Many of them have already tried the Russian route on the first 2 editions of the Silk Way. They are sure there will be many challenges along the way. Semyon Yakubov is also calm. Everything is proceeding according to plan. And it was he who was the author of the Silk Way, and it's the 3rd time he has organized it. The organization of cross-country rallies is a delicate affair. The administrative checks and scrutineering came to a close. The rally press has received their accreditation. The omnipresent photo and video reporters learned the names of the rally vehicles and the crews. Mass media is very interested in the event. The press conference organized for journalists looks lively. The organizers and the racers answer questions. One of the Presidium members is the representative of the main sponsor of the race, the chief of the PR service of Transneft, Nikolai Bragin. Our company relishes the opportunity to support this kind of sport, and it's definitely good for the company's image. Transneft activity covers the whole territory of Russia, just like rally going over the vast area of the country, difficult routes and tracks, various sceneries. This is so familiar to us. This is the 2nd year running that one of the leading companies of the Russian economy has played the role of the main sponsor of the rally. The support of such a strong company allows such a large-scale spectacular sports events to be organized on the most sophisticated level. The general briefing for the rally competitors takes place in a large sport arena. Huge tribunes looking into the sky. There can be felt the wild spirit of the risks, rivalries and records of sports hovering in the air. It is almost possible to hear the roar of sport fans from the tribunes. It's difficult to imagine a better place for the highly important parting words to the sportsmen. Several hours before the start, what are they thinking? Are they weighing up their rivals? Are they considering their tactics? Only one thing is clear. Every one of them is determined and wants to see the race through to the finish. The races are ready to fight. The crews of the Silk Way rally are storming the Kulikova field. The heaty scent of grass in the air and the endless expanse. The weather is sunny. The participants have a unique opportunity to see the history of this great country. Jousting took us into the era of swords and arrows. The racers had the opportunity to experience shooting. What do we need in order to organize a successful race? We need to have a drive of organizers, a good sponsor and a unique route. Some people write music, other people write poems. And the rally reconnaissance group also know how to write in detail. They are talented writers, and it takes them half of the year to create a new rally route. Sergei Gira, Sergei Talantsov and Viktor Sokolov are the real masters of their craft. They are artists, and there are very few people in the world who know how to do it. It is a great art to create a diverse and thrilling track in a densely populated area. Their task was to make twice as many special stages and half as many road sections in order to make the route more difficult than it was last year. The 4 reconnaissances were organized to prepare the route and tried personally. As a result, we have 7 days of racing, which are full of dramatic and exciting challenges. Every day presents new difficulties and new tasks. The track surprises us with its vicissitude. Everything changes within 2 or 3 hours. Nature, the landscape, and the road surface. Blind turns, jumps, fords, and the narrow bridges of Tula and Lipetsk regions. Rank and viscous. This kind of ground is very fertile, but at the same time it can be very dangerous for the competitors. Treacherous traps of the Archidinsky sands and meadows of the Don floodplain. Roads across prairie lands and complicated navigation on the route from Volgograd to Astrakhan. Impassable salt marshes and dangerous dunes of Astrakhan. A combination of sands, barcans and fast sectors. The Stavropol route is difficult and full of surprises. There are valleys and uplands, sandstones and rivers, sinuous roads and orspist, soft dirt roads in the lake areas, alternating with dusty field tracks of Adygea. The rally caravan is on the endless expanses of Russia. The number of fans of the Russian rally has increased enormously over the past 2 years. It is a dream to see for at least 1 second racing cars crossing the route of your city, village or town. There are special zones for spectators where they can watch the rally unfold. The list of those zones was published on the official website of the rally beforehand, and the Silkway rally fans come to those places with their families and small children. Sometimes they wait for hours, staring over the horizon. Their only desire is to see the race on their earth, and they're not afraid of the blazing sun or heavy rains. The end of the special stage in Stavropol was particularly memorable. It was impossible to drive up to the spectator area. All entrances were blocked with cars. The races were greeted with bread and salt, with a Kazakh choir and fiery dancing. Policemen had a tough time that day, but keeping order is paramount. The process was thought over very carefully. Nothing should increase risk during a challenging sports competition. The security service, headed by Viktor Sokolov, worked in close contact with the representatives of the local police department. And here is another person everyone should become better acquainted with: Alexei Kubov. For him, the race began in October last year. In his dreams at night, he would often see ferries, visas, customs offices. The delivery of foreign vehicles and participants to Russia is a convoluted and troublesome process. We had 38 trucks with trailers which carried motor cars and trucks, plus 18 motor cars, 4 of them with the trailers. We make all attempts to help them with the custom procedures on the Russian Federation border, arrange the transfer, ferries from Travemünde in Helsinki, put them up in comfortable hotels and make sure they feel like home. But there is more to come. The logistics service has to live through very long and tough days that involve the coordination of the transportation of all of the rally Follow Me vehicles, more than 100 units of hardware, and about 500 people, including the organizers, press and representatives of other services, service and assistance, navigation, refueling stations, and of course the evacuation of all the vehicles that quit the race. Not a single car will be left on the route. Cross-country rallying is one of the most dangerous sports disciplines. High speeds, long distances, making decisions in risky situations. Anything can happen on the route during the race. Medical support service has to be organized on the highest level. For 2 consecutive years, the Federal Medical and Biological Agency of Russia has worked at the race in collaboration with the French Multi-Aid Assistance Company. It has already earned itself a nickname among the people who call it the Medical SWAT. 12 international medical mobile brigades on their cross-country vehicles were patrolling the race and the assistance route of the rally. In every helicopter was a doctor equipped with medical kit and special equipment to render first aid and to provide safety evacuation. Medical assistance vehicles were permanently on duty in the organized spectator areas. The medical service left the track only after the passage of all the vehicles and after the closure of the stage. There was a mobile medical unit with necessary equipment, medication, and most importantly with high-class specialist doctors from Russia and Europe, situated on each bivouac. Vladimir Uyba, Konstantin Kotenko, Oliver Abri, Stefan Abramovich, Zeferina Campos. Those names are widely known in the medical world. Everyone can trust them 100%. The doctors continued treating their patients even after the end of the race, until they had completely recovered. The bivouac of the race is a multilingual and a noisy place that lives its own life until the next morning, which always to be in a bustle, but at the same time remains amazingly comfortable. And of course, the inhabitants of the local towns and villages are always very excited to see so many racing vehicles in one place. Every evening the bivouac hosts many guests. People take commemorative pictures and get autographs. Racers give interviews to the press. The racers are always very benevolent, even after several hours of a very difficult stage. And of course, as usual, there are traditional spectacular performances and concert programs from local administrations. It is very difficult to imagine Russian bivouac without those programs. It is necessary to say a few words about the most impressive moment, which took place every day on the bivouac. Apart from the sport aspect, our race had one more mission to complete. On every bivouac, the organizers met a group of children from local orphanages and gave them as a present a huge flat-screen TV set. The bivouac's kitchen is a strategic site. The kitchen staff work to a very tight schedule there. They have to do everything on time, to unload provisions, to cook and to offer tasty and varied food. The Turan Batır company with Bulatian Borisov at the head know their business very well. The products were chosen very carefully. Only fresh and certified food. The menu was especially written in collaboration with a nutritionist, taking into account the taste preferences of Russian and European participants. The daily menu was published before the start of the race. The working process goes on continuously. 2 teams of staff change over repeatedly during the race. Tea and coffee are served 24/7. The bivouac canteen is the most popular place among the rally participants and guests. To eat and to have a shower are 2 of the most important things that each racer has to do after a difficult day. There is a shower complex with a hot water supply situated on every bivouac. The cleaning partner of the project, Primex, keeps the area clean. Just imagine there are 1,500 people on the bivouac and yet everything, all shower cabins and toilets, is absolutely spotless. This year all the toilets were equipped with lights. Those who want to relax are welcome to chill out with a real bar, carpets and soft sofas inside. It's amazing, but even such luxury facilities were available at the bivouac. The real expert, our barman, demonstrated the art of flaring in all its glory. His capacity to juggle with bottles, shakers and glasses became the feature of every evening. And these are our men in black. They're terse, restrained and reliable. 8 specially trained, tested and professional security officers with Nikolai Borisov at the head are responsible for order at the bivouac. When you look at them, you understand there won't be any emergency situations. The work of every service on the bivouac was surprisingly consistent. Every morning the team of the rally journalists and organizers arrived at the new airfield by plane. Looking at shots that an operator inconspicuously took on the plane, you realize that all of them have a really busy schedule, and every spare hour is used for sleep. The main pavilion canteen was ready at the next stop, and after that the rally staff built the press center pavilion, the hospital and the headquarters of the race, and established the navigation sign and the sponsors' flags. The atmosphere was lovely in the press center. All press representatives arrived there with the latest news from the route. Cameramen sorted out their footage. Journalists sent their material without delay. It seemed that Eric Harulin, the media director of the race, was in several different places at the same time. He met with journalists, stayed in touch with the headquarters of the race, checked the logistics of the press cars. The headquarters of the race is the place where all the information about the rally accumulates in real time. Racers are always in touch by satellite connection. If something goes wrong, the organizers are always ready to respond quickly. But looking at the smiling faces of the organizers, we understand that the race is going perfectly. And it's time to relax and tell jokes to each other. From their faces, you would never guess that these people had a really difficult day today. Sergei Gira spends many hours each day in the security service helicopter. Sometimes it's necessary to work physically on the route. But everything is possible in such conditions. Semyon Yakubov never leaves his projects unattended. He is always in touch. He knows the what, where and when of what is going on, and if anybody needs his help. But at the same time, he always finds time to answer the journalists' questions. The thing that this year we have 3 times as many participants as last year makes me happy. This is generally success of the race. Sometimes it takes more than 1 hour for a competitor to arrive at the checkpoint. Then he quickly ticks a checkpoint card and rushes on. And every evening there is a briefing for competitors where organizers sum up the day and define the task for the next day. Here is a special TV plane. It is used as a TV editing room, and this place is the holy of holies. All the latest footage from the helicopters and cars and onboard shots are collected there. And 3 hours after the first competitor finishes, an edited 5-minute piece is ready to be transmitted to the world's leading agencies and TV channels. The team of Patrick Janin has a huge amount of experience in coverage of the Dakar Rally, the Tour de France and the Silkway Rally. Racers have their own schedule on the bivouac. This includes a shower for themselves, then a shower for their cars, and of course to take care of the fuel for the next day. Lukoil company has traditionally been the official fuel supplier of the Silkway Rally. The organizers know that when Lukoil gets down to business, the whole amount of racing cars, airplanes and helicopters is provided with a high-quality fuel in sufficient quantities. And there won't be any force majeure as the company does its job accurately and reliably. The active life of the bivouac never stops at night. Now, the mechanics have started to do their job. A change of tires, small breakdowns and difficult ones, and they have to finish everything before the daylight. Flashes of welding, spare parts and components of the sport cars lit up by mechanics' torches, the continuous hum of the working generators. In the morning there is the new start, and again, they have very hard work to do. Racers call it the mission, as nobody can imagine their lives without it. Look carefully into their faces. In every one of them you can see its own history of the route they passed. It's a pain, a joy, an awful fatigue, and an endless happiness. Here is a long-awaited finish in Sochi. We've been waiting it for so long. The 4 reconnaissances, the route book preparation, the half year's tough work with the local administration, sponsors and journalists. For the second year in a row, the magnificent Grand Hotel Polyana welcomes us with its impeccable service, comfortable rooms and a holiday atmosphere. Every participant or organizer had his own task to complete. Some of them wanted to be at the finish, others to enter the top 10, or even to be the winner of the race. The organizing committee of the Silkway Rally project consists of 350 people from the Russian side and 150 people from the French side. The unified team of professionals has successfully passed the test. It was a pleasure to hear the appreciation of the main sponsor of the project, Transneft. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the joint stock company Transneft, which is the chief sponsor of the rally, let me congratulate you on the finish of the 3rd edition rally. It states the fact that the race is increasing on a massive scale every year, and finally has become the 2nd in the world in the number of participants. We're glad that the organization standard is going up with each year. We're eternally grateful to Semyon Yakubov and his team. Tough competition, sleepless nights and excitement were left behind. Looking at happy faces, you realize that the Confederates, like-minded people, come together again here. And it's a feeling of solidarity, of affinity of souls. Maybe it's one of the most important moments that the Silkway Rally gives to us. For 3 years, we have lived in this project. The race of such high level, which takes place in Russia, pleases everyone. It pleases with its variety, with its contrast, it pleases with its availability for all athletes to take part in it. It pleases fans with the opportunity to attend the rally personally. The Silkway Rally is already considered to be the peculiar symbol of Russia in the world of international motorsport, and it means that we will see each other again at the Silkway Rally.